Radio of life. Child abuse existed even before it was reported in the media. Humans are weak creatures, so perhaps they comfort themselves by bullying those weaker than themselves. What sad creatures. Ever since Kyoko was old enough to understand, her mother and father beat and kicked her. If she rebelled, they would drown her head in the bathtub or burn her back and arms with a charcoal brazier. Despite this, her parents were not always mean. Sometimes they would gently take her to an amusement park. However, perhaps because the sushi restaurant they ran together was not going well, there seemed to be many more days when they were mean. Kyoko first thought about running away from home when she was in the first grade of elementary school, and was brought back by a policeman at the local police box after she was found crying on the street. After that, she tried to run away from home several times, but she was always brought back by the policeman or a neighbor. And it was when she was in the third year of junior high school that she finally ran away from home. At that time, Kyoko was seriously considering suicide. This is because her father's attitude towards Kyoko had been strange for several months. No matter how you look at it, he no longer looked at her like a father would look at his daughter, but instead looked at her like a woman. He would sometimes touch her body, hug her, and try to take off her clothes. She managed to shake him off and run away, but she couldn't talk to anyone about being raped by her own father. On top of that, even her mother started looking at Kyoko with jealousy, saying, "Don't get cocky just because you're young," so she had no choice. Kyoko, who had thought about committing suicide, posted about her situation. She would be in trouble if someone she knew saw her post on TV. So she posted it on the radio. Within a week, she received many replies. One of them said, "If that's the case, come to me." She called the radio station and asked for the person's contact information. The woman was 60 years old. She made a living by cleaning buildings. Apparently, she was married once, but divorced and lived alone. Humans are born to be happy, she said as we ate the sushi rolls she bought at the supermarket. I couldn't stop crying when she told me. It was a small welcome party. It was a strange coincidence. But Kyoko and her auntie started living in a 2DK prefectural housing. After that, Kyoko cleaned the building with her auntie and went to night school to become a dental hygienist. Of course, Kyoko's parents came over a few times, but each time her auntie told them firmly, "It's up to you to decide whether you want to go home or not," and drove them away. Then, a year after Kyoko started working at the dental clinic, she got a boyfriend. He was a dental technician who worked at the dental clinic where Kyoko worked. He was timid, but he loved fairy tales and dreamed of becoming a fairy tale writer someday. When Kyoko decided to marry him, she said, "Let's have a wedding. Just the two of us," and the auntie responded, "Yeah, that's better for you, Kyoko." Despite what she said, the auntie was secretly watching from a corner of the church, where Kyoko and him were having their wedding, wiping away tears with a handkerchief. Now, Kyoko, her boyfriend, and their 3-year-old son live in a prefectural housing complex. The auntie lives in the building opposite and comes over from time to time to look after the child. The child calls the auntie Grandma, and before long, Kyoko started calling her Mom.